helps if I turn the mic on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for catching up with this update livestream. Yesterday, I did an update livestream for the Star Wars tabletop role-playing game that I run every alternate Saturday. But in that video, I gave a few spoilers, and my players have let me know that they would also like to know what's going on. Specifically, two of the players have they've said that they want to know what's going on, and one of them wasn't there last week, so this will be useful for them, and just like a general record-keeping thing for the party. But this isn't going to include me talking about the spoilers, the proposed plot going forward, and any secrets that players may have from each other. So, to that end, it'll just be a catch-up on what happened, rather than like a deep dive discussion into it like before. So, what happened last time? So last time was the first session. We were concentrating on ground combat and roleplay. The players were told by the concierge, a contact they all share. They were made aware of the fact that there was a crashed Imperial shuttle on an uncharted world. This uncharted world was one that had no Imperial or Rebel entanglements as far as everyone was aware. This shuttle was carrying important cargo and important data that was going to fetch quite a high price on the black market. So they were tasked with finding the shuttle, locating the valuable item, they would know what it is when they found it, and the data, they were told what data to download. When they get there, they find that things are a little more complicated. The Imperial crew are not all in the shuttle. In fact, they've spread out and are laying an ambush down. The party find this out before springing the trap, contact the Imperials, and they manage to get away from that situation, get back to the ship, and contact the concierge to find out what's really going on here. The concierge has no further information for them, but the Empire decides, you know what, this is getting a little bit dicey. These people haven't taken off in their ship, they haven't gone away, so maybe we need to just deal with them. So stormtroopers arrive, try to blow up the ship, they blast them away, destroying all of them bar one. The stormtroopers also had help from a bounty hunter who was up on a high ridge shooting down with a sniper rifle, but they all got into the ship and launched the ship up and pointed the ship's guns at this bounty hunter to get him to stand down. And he decided that discretion was the better part of valor, withdrew, and maybe we'll see him again. He was there because the the obligation was triggered. They capture a stormtrooper. They find out that there is an Imperial base nearby, that the crashed shuttle was legitimately crashed, but then they decided to let that slip through Rebel channels to see if they could root out a spy and also just catch out the rebellion. So the data and the cargo are now in Stargazer Base, which is a secret Imperial base, which is set up as a small penal colony somewhere in this mountain range on this planet. Excuse me. They go there, they find that there's an incarcerated Jedi, his holocron, which is the thing that they were tasked to come and get, and the computer data. They wire into the computer terminal in the prison to try and download the data. Because of where they are, it takes a little bit longer, but they've got an expert hacker on the team. The team comprising of Miranda, who's the ship captain, or acting as the ship's captain at least. She's the entrepreneur, the fence of the group. The working title of Killbot 3000 for the protocol droid, although a better name will be forthcoming, I'm sure. But the 3PO droid staying on the ship to act as a contact liaison for the time being, his skill set not necessarily directly applying straight away, although who knows, he may arrive as the cavalry to save them. We also have Riru Kachuk as a hired gun. He's basically a Wookiee mercenary who knows the protocol droid that's on the starship. He's got a personal connection to him, and in fact is motivated by this droid. This Wookiee is a little aimless, doesn't know where to go or what to do, so he just does whatever the droid tells him, really. And we also have Radagast. Was it Bright Sword or something? Radagast something, anyway. Who is a, if memory serves, he's the Slicer. So he's like a hacker type person. This crew goes to liberate the Jedi. They sneak in. They're downloading stuff, and then all of a sudden the lift down to the prison level is activated, and the doors open. An Inquisitor with stormtroopers ready to interrogate this Jedi. A quick scuffle ensues, but that's where we left off. The next session is intended to be one where we concentrate on vehicle combat. That's the sort of outline that we laid out for people at session 0. So next up is going to be like, what is it going to be like in Starship combat? We're going to see what it's like in single crew fighter situations, but the first thing we're going to do is ground vehicle combat, so people on like speeder bikes or land speeders fighting other vehicles in the air and on the land. The starship, how that works, so you've got a pilot and you've got a gunner, what can other people do? So we'll be exploring the options that people have, so that in the future we can decide where to go and what to do with that, and a little bit of fighter combat, starship single pilot craft, and once we get all that down, we'll go over some of the other like ground combat skill use things, just so that people get used to the new dice mechanics and all that kind of thing, and get to know each other, and lay out the premise of the plot, and that'll be it. It's going to be nice and simple and easy for the first few sessions, while everyone gets used to what they can do. Miranda is force sensitive, so for those that want to be force sensitive now or develop force sensitivity in the future, we'll also be covering like force powers and getting people to like roll the force die in their rolls, just to be used to having it there and seeing if it impacts things at all. I think that's everything. So that's it for the non-spoilery recap. I'm going to post this video to YouTube as well and send a link to Cine and Craig. Bless me. Excuse me. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you're in the game and want to have more detail given in these videos, that's fine. Let me know. If you're not in the game and have more questions, excuse me. Nope, I'm not going to sneeze. If you're not in the game and you want to know more things, there is a more in-depth, sort of spoiler-laden video on the Twitch channel. I'll also upload it to YouTube at some point in the near future. That has a lot more to do with the secrets and plans for future sessions, and why certain choices were made, that sort of thing. It's like a GM deep dive thing. But if you fancy seeing things like that, go and check it out. That's everything. You can stop watching now. Bye.